The most common advice given to women over 60 is actually some of the worst advice possible and is quietly making them weaker. Just take it easy, or even I don't want you getting hurt. What you might think of as being cautious in the short term, I see turning into weakness in the long term. And weakness always leads to falls, which then leads to loss of independence. I'm a home care physical therapist, and if you've had surgery, back pain, or even spent some time sick with the flu, then this video applies to you. I bet that you've heard this advice from your kids, husband, your doctor, or even your surgeon at some point. Just take it easy. What does that even mean? Lie in bed all day and don't move? Cautiously walk around the house with a cane or walker? Don't go outside for the next month? What did it mean to you when you heard it? Part of the problem is that these four words, just take it easy, mean something totally different to everyone. And that is exactly what leads to problems. Everyone wants you to be safe, and this advice does sound reasonable at the time. But what if I told you that this advice is actually quite dangerous to your future independence? In most cases, just take it easy should apply for a few days or weeks, but too many women turn it into a mindset that is followed for months and years on end with no turning back. Eventually, strength and confidence are lost and fear takes over. Taking it easy for too long is like leaving your car in the garage for months on end. That car was built to run, and if you don't drive it, it might not work when you need it the most. And your body works the exact same way. The more you sit around, the less you do, the more challenging the normal everyday activities will be in the future. And when normal becomes challenging, falls happen. And then the vicious cycle of just taking it easy starts all over again as you recover from the fall. What I see over and over is that temporary caution turns into long-term weakness. Here's a similar situation that you can probably relate to if you've ever dealt with back pain. The classic back pain cycle goes like this. You injure your back, it hurts for a few days, and it causes you to start moving less and less. And then, even once the tissue is healed, you are still moving your back less and being extra cautious. Not really because of pain, but because of fear. You simply don't want to hurt your back again, and you don't know what movements might or might not hurt it. I've seen this 1,000 times as a physical therapist. And my number one goal with these patients is to help give them the confidence that they can move around safely again. Because when you think it hurts to bend over, you won't bend over. And when you don't bend over, you get tighter. And ironically, moving less actually makes you more likely to get injured in the future. But almost every time, patients are able to do far more than they thought they could manage. You don't want to let a few weeks of back pain turn into a lifelong fear of movement. Yet for too many people, it really does. And this is exactly what happens when just take it easy becomes a long-term mindset to go through life with. There are a number of common examples where I see the take it easy approach while working with women over 60. Avoiding stairs, staying on walkers way too long after surgery, and no longer doing real tasks around the house that they used to do effortlessly. And most importantly, avoiding strength training. But here's the point that most people miss, and I don't want you to. If you keep doing these activities, you can do them almost forever. But once you stop, you slowly get weaker and weaker. And nothing makes this concept stand out more to me than the 95-year-old patients I work with who can do stairs effortlessly. And you might not notice your decline in a matter of a few days, but I promise you, if it's 3 months down the road and you haven't carried your laundry basket, it will be a lot harder than you remember the last time. And play that out over years, and it's no wonder these activities become impossible. So how do you make sure taking it easy doesn't turn into a lifestyle? When you find people telling you to just take it easy, I want you to ask yourself this one simple question. What can I safely do today that will keep me strong? And in many cases, it's going to be a lot more than you've been doing. It might be something as simple as standing up and down from your couch a few extra times each day if you've just gotten out of the hospital. Or if you've been noticing yourself avoiding stairs because you feel like you've been getting weaker on them, The answer isn't to completely stop doing them altogether. Practice a few step ups on the bottom step throughout the day, or go up half the staircase and then come back down for a bit more practice. You would be amazed at how quickly just a few extra reps each day adds up, as I often see with my patients. But if you don't get those reps in, stairs are only going to get scarier and scarier as time passes by. And if you're dealing with chronic back pain, in most cases, you need to do your best to get back to your normal movement as quickly as possible. So start slow, build up as tolerated, and let pain, not fear, be your guide. Because just like the car in the garage, your muscles will be hard to turn back on if you don't keep them going all along. Keep in mind, it's good to be cautious. If something is new, painful, or getting worse, you should definitely get it checked out. And I'm certainly not saying don't be careful or suggesting you go outside and walk in icy conditions or do something else to put yourself at risk. But I do want to make sure that you don't turn take it easy into don't move, because this mindset has caused a downward spiral of too many older women. Most women, they don't lose their independence because they do too much. When's the last time you heard someone ended up in the nursing home because they were going to the gym 3 to 5 days a week, carrying laundry baskets, and doing their stairs every day all the time? That doesn't sound like any nursing home resident that I've ever come across. And I've never met a woman who wished she had been weaker or took it a bit easier. But I have worked with plenty who wish they had challenged their body quite a bit more. So when your doctor tells you to take it easy after your hip replacement or at your next annual checkup, I want you to remember one thing. Taking it easy might work for a few weeks at most, but it is not your long-term solution for staying strong and independent. And strong women climb stairs with ease, get off the floor, and recover quicker from injury and illness because their bodies have built up the reserves.